Hello YouTube, this is Bash bringing you here for week number 7 here. We are up against Zaynegoose and the Baltimore Glycorials. Man, that is so tough to say, by the way. Spoilers for last week in 3, 2, 1, but we end up losing to 0 and now we just fell down. We just lost our second game in a row, so we're in a tough position right now. The standings are not looking friendly, and we have some pretty rough differential because of some of the big losses we had this season, specifically against like Axel Raid. So these last couple of games are going to be really important. There's 3 games left. We are 3-3, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams at 3-3 from seeds 7 through 12. And then on top of that, from seeds 1 through 6 are 4-2. So it's gonna be a really tight situation, like coming towards the end of the season here. And I thought I needed to make some more changes for the last 3 weeks. So, which I'll talk about them a little bit in the matchup because, this is gonna be this is going to be the final team for the rest of the season. There's no more free agents. I got this in before the deadline. So this is going to be a very interesting week. But yeah, we're going to need to bang out these last couple of games, and hopefully we're going to need to win at least 2, I think, in order to make it into playoffs. At least 2. So that's something to keep in mind. So Zaynegoose maybe at 1-5 right now, but their team is very terrifying. So let's go straight into the matchup. Now, you see on the screen, our team looks a little different. But let's go over their team first. They have Iron Valiant, Terra Cartana, Mega Garchomp, Rotomash, Thundurus, T-Terra, Metagross, Crocalor, Swalot, Cacturne, Galarian Corsola, and Toucannon. Very interesting team. My team consists of Palafin, Terra Iron Boulder, Cobalion, Terra Shaman, Screamtail, Alolan Muck, Donphan, Mega Ampharos, newly acquired Armarouge, Golbat, and newly acquired Type Null. We end up dropping Chandelure and Excelgor for Armarouge and Type Null. Armarouge, I think, provided more of that breaking power I wanted on that special side that compared to Chandelure. And even though I lost a Ghost type, it's not really that too big of a loss other than for a spin blocker, because it's still Armarouge is still another fighting switch and stuff like that. So that's really nice to know, at least. I really like it for the offensive possibilities and setup as well. And then Type Null was I think a really important pickup, because I felt like my team, the opponents are taking advantage of me having leading Palafin a lot of the times, which I don't want to do a lot of I don't want to lead Palafin all the time, but sometimes I need to get the Palafin off because I feel like it's a big part of the glue piece of the team. So we'll see how we have to play it out for the season. But I think having a really bulky pivot like Type Null is really important for this team. It also gives me another Ghost Switch in, because although Alolan Muck chews pretty much all the special deals with all the special Ghosts, I feel like it sometimes can struggle with specifically Terra Ghost Pokemon if it's physical, if it has coverage. So that's what Type Null helps with as well. But yeah, it gives me pivoting options that I really like to get things like Palafin and Cobalion. I also really like the fact that people are going to want to bring knockoff against me, and I don't think it might look good against me, but at the same time it's going to be really rough. Cobalion right there with the justified boost right there. Then on top of that, we got the weak armor weakness policy kind of set with Armarouge. So this is kind of a weird position for them to run knockoff against. Even before Mega Ampharos could be static with the regular Ampharos, so that could be really scary. So I don't know if knockoffs are really the best plays against me too. So I gotta keep that in mind. They gotta keep that in mind when they come into this matchup at least. But their team looks very terrifying. I am most scared of their 2 Terra captains, and surprisingly, with the team I'm bringing, I'm a little scared of Crocalor. I'm not even gonna lie. But the two biggest threats I think of their team are Terra Cartana and Terra Thunderous. Those are the ones I'm most scared of when going into this matchup. I think I'm gonna end up being more. I don't know. I feel like I feel more like, even though I think Terra Cartana is more scary, I think I have more prep options right now for Terra Cartana. But either way, both of them are very scary for setup wise. The only thing I will note is that I don't think Thundy T can have the coverage. Like, I don't know if it can run both Agility and Nasty Pot while also having the coverage to deal with my team well enough, I guess. But I guess we'll have to see. But I think I have some ways to deal with it. I feel like this game might end up being a lot more kind of offensive as well coming into this game. And then Cartana are just really scary. Chandelure is actually a pretty good answer to Cartana because it forced it to run ahead of the 4 move slot syndrome. But now I don't have it, which is like fine. I think Armorouge actually like fits my team like so much better. I couldn't wait on making the transaction, so I think Armorouge could actually spoiler alert, do a lot of work this game. So yeah, I think Cartana Terra Normal is very very likely set. I can see Terra Grass as well, but most likely I'm gonna see Terra Normal to hit the Shaman as hard as possible, to hit Armorouge with return SD Terra Normal return, Leaf Blade, and Sacred Sword. That's what I expect to see on that set, but we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, and then Crocalor, because it can be a little bit annoying depending on like with like the way it plays around, what the kind of set it is. I do have ways to beat it, but it could be really annoying depending on what it's paired with on the team. But yeah, so I don't expect some of the stuff like actually, they could bring some stuff. I know he's been bringing Toucannon a lot, so I could totally see Toucannon coming. For even the low tiers, Crocalor I could see coming. Cacturn, funny enough, like I could actually see it coming for being a water absorb Pokemon to deal with Palafin, to help with Palafin. But I feel like Rotomosh is more likely going to be answered, or like a weird like Terra Grass defensive Cartana set could be really good for Palafin. So don't think Glaring Corsola should come. I feel like it's going to get taken advantage of by my team. And I don't know if Swalot comes. It could. I think there's better mons on their team that should come. I think the top six will probably come. But if not, I think maybe something like taking out like either one of the Terra Captains or Metagross comes. And instead comes with like Crocalor or Cacturn could come, or Toucannon. So yeah, let's go into the team I am bringing. So we're leading with our captain here, Palafin. Choice band. We're bringing offensive Palafin. I had enough of this, like me being like these like kind of defensive kind of set, like these setup sets or like defensive sets, because I'm keep getting like either like it's just not being able to deal with enough, or it gets hacked out. So I'm not playing that game anymore. We're just bringing choice banded. This thing actually goes crazy on their team. Like it's specifically like I only need the fighting coverage really to hit the Pokemon that would switch into the water moves, right? Because Palafin choice band close combat, right? I believe. Let me just double check. Rotomosh. It is a 2-shot, so fantastic. So fantastic right there. Choice band, close combat, 2-shot. Also destroys Cacturn, and Cartana gets destroyed by a close combat. And the only way it does not get destroyed by a close combat is if it tears out of that type. Which I don't know if it tears like to Terra Grass kind of thing. I also really like this for ways to deal with things like like for Thunderous for revenging, Iron Valiant for revenging, like a Guard Jump for revenging, stuff like that. And I really like to be able to break the team, especially since if I'm worried about Crocalor, this could be really good for breaking it, like destroying that thing. So, but I really wanted to bring more of an offensive set, try to break with it. I think it has a really good matchup in that way. So, and I felt like it could open up a lot of my other win conditions this game. Next up, we got Shaman. We're making it Terra Steel. I debating between Terra Steel and Terra Poison. I sticking now for Terra Steel at least. Synthesis, Seed Flare, Earth Power, HP Ice, Rocky Helmet. Sticking with Terra Steel because I honestly think that Cartana should be I think it will be Terra normal return, and that's the best way to deal with it, and at least cross the 50-50s on those kinds of situations. I actually don't get O-code by +2 Jolly. No, +2. Okay, I live +2 Adamant Terra normal return from Cortana, no non-item boosting. I also don't get two-shot by anything from Metagross unless it's choice band or item boosting. Other than with Heavy Sand, but that's only a roll after rocks. So that's something to keep in mind. But I really like that. I also like Terra Steel because if Thunderous comes and it wants to run like Sludge Wave or like HP Ice for this, that this could be a way to help like keep that in check a little bit. But HP Ice is really good, I think, for Mega Garchomp. It's literally there for Thundy and Mega Garchomp, but it could also help with like Cortana too in certain situations if it's Terra Grass. So I feel like this set is really good here. Rocky Helmet just to get like chip damage off on like some stuff like the Metagross, Cortana. I want if I could get things in range of like say like Palafin could be really clutch, or some of the other setup mons too. But yeah, I think this is a really good set here. So yeah, we'll go into our next mon. This here is Iron Boulder here, and this thing outspeeds everything. Because I wanted a way to deal with Booster Energy and Valiant, even though I don't think it will be Booster Energy. I think Specs is so much more likely with, to be honest, against my team maybe. But could be Booster, but in a way, just in case it is Booster, we have this outspeeds it with our Booster. Also on top of that, this is really good in case like a Scarf Cortana or like a Timid speed boosting Cortana. That's really good there. I went with Mighty Cleave, Close Combat, Psycho Cut, Swords Dance. I'm going Terra Fighting. I didn't want to. I was going to run Earthquake, but like, I felt like I could get the chip off on Metagross, so that Terra Close Combat could put in the work. It also hits Rotom Wash harder, like his team harder, other than like Metagross. But the big thing is I wanted to get the extra damage output on like the Cortana, right? In case it's like a neutral typing Terra. Say like, yeah, grass. If it's grass, Terra Close Combat, or like I guess even water. Let's say water because Earthquake, so it's a neutral kind of thing. But Terra Fighting Close Combat does enough. It could put it in like range of a certain thing like Palafin. I really wanted like that extra boost in from the Terra to try to from Close Combat to try to break through things. It also hits their team really hard. Terraground would have been better though if there was T-Wave Thundy, so I got to keep that in mind. I don't know if they will be or not, but Cycle Cut, Iron Valiant, Myokli, Thundy kind of stuff situation. Terra Fighting, Close Combat is there, nice to hit Mega Garchomp as well. And this thing is able to pressure Crocodile too as well. So I really like that at least. Next is Screamtail. We are running a fast set because this actually outspeeds max speed Cortana. I have this as another way to deal with Cortana. If I expect if they might try to switch in Cortana in, or like as long as it's not speed boosting or Scarf, I could try to revenge it with this depending on what the set is, which I really like as well. So I wanted to keep that in mind at least. This also still is able to help with like Specs Valiant. I think they have to be timid. I don't think they can be modest this game because otherwise Cobalion could easily outspeed in this matchup. So that's something to keep in mind. But I really like this set for it. Flamethrower there for Cortana, and also to help with getting chip on Metagross. But something I want to keep in mind is I could always just wish into on the Metagross switch in. I could always just wish pass into something like Palafin or Shaman, which are the two probably most likely I'm going to switch into. Could switch into Armor Rouge too, which is a really good possibility as well. Depends on how the game plays out. But yeah, I really like this set. Obviously, like things like Swallow could come in pretty freely on it, Crocodile, but Crocodile can't do too much to me, to be honest, other than like Will-O-Wisp, other than like burn or try to put me to sleep with Yawn or like Roar. That's the best it's going to be able to do against me, so that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, I really like the set. I think it could do a lot of work. It's also supposed to help somewhat, like help check a little bit of the Thundy, depending on what the set is, so I wanted to keep that in mind. Next, we got Cobalion. This is a way to try to make sure something doesn't get completely out of control. Sword Stance, Close Combat, Iron Head, Endure. Their priority options aren't too amazing this game, to be honest. They got what, like, the big things are like Iron Violent with Shadow Sneak Vacuum, which I don't know even know if they're going to bring that kind of thing. Bullet Punch Metagross, which doesn't do much to Cobalion, and then Sucker Punch from Cacturne and Rotom-Wash, which I don't even know. Rotom-Wash is definitely not carrying Sucker Punch, and I don't know if Cacturne will either, to be honest. But I really like this set because of the fact that I think it could really help break through the team. Obviously, I don't hit Thundy super effective or like neutral with any my two coverage, my stab at least. But I think it as long as I'm able to break it down enough so that like Palafin could be able to revenge is what I wanted. But this is also here for Kartana, Iron Valiant. If it gets out, any of those get out of control, Mega Garchomp, any of those get out of control, I have this as a way to help deal with that. They also don't like the fighting coverage is actually really like hard for them to switch into. Their fighting resist at the moment or what like Swallow, Galarian, Corsola, Valiant, and Thundy, and Valiant and Thundy are pretty frail, and then Swallow could come. I don't know if it will, to be honest, against my team. And then Galarian Corsola, I feel like it's kind of bait for like stuff like a little Muck to pursue, trap, and knock off stuff like that. So I want to keep that. I think they have to keep that in mind at least in this matchup. So yeah. Also, Galarian Corsola has like I can go pretty freely into Shaman on it like all the time, so that's something to keep in mind at least. Last but not least, we got its debut of the new Pokemon. We got Armarouge here. I really think this set could go really well. This matchup. The only thing I like considering switching on this set is like Stored Power, slapping on Stored Power on this set to help against to beat down the Crocodile, but I don't know if that's the best way to go around it anyway. So, we're Flamethrower, Psychic, Calm Mind, and Door. Weakness policy. We actually outspeed. So we outspeed Kartana. At Choice Scarf, Max Speed, Choice Scarf, Cortana, like, jolly, right? If we get hit by the weak armor, and then also outspeed Iron Valiant, for most situations, well, depending on the speed, like, the speed they run in, if they run enough speed to outspeed, like, a faster, like, a max speed Cobalion, maybe a little extra, then I outspeed with Armarouge, which is really nice. Something to keep in mind, at least. So, let me just, yeah, 264. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it's for. 264, 216 speed. Hit 528 speed. And ooh, is it worth? I might throw some extra EVs actually to speed. Just in case they just run max like enough speed to outspeed max speed Timid Screams to tail. And then booster. This is only for like in case booster energy comes, like the extra speed investment, but it could be a good idea for being safe. But something to keep in mind though, I think I really like this set. Helps against Mega Garchomp, helps against Kartana, helps against Metagross. I could try to pivot this in on Metagross and try to get that weakness policy off or something like that. I can get it off on a Mega Garchomp, like Earthquaking or Scale Shotting, which is even crazier because I get so much speed for that. I'd make myself really weak to the Metagross priority. But I could get it off on like Kartana, which is like the main idea I'm thinking, right? But otherwise, this thing hits his team really hard. I'm going Flamethrower over Armor Cannon because of the fact that I didn't want to lower my defenses even more for the Bullet Punch from Metagross, especially since this is probably going to be weakened down pretty low because of weak armor anyway too. So I felt like that was probably the best situation, at least, because if I'm going to be knocked off low, let me see. I'm just curious. I know that Armarouge has really good. Yeah, if I go down one more defense after the weak armor defense, I could be in, I could die at, like if I'm at like 25% around. So from like a max attack Metagross Ball Punch, so I want to keep that in mind. So that's why I'm not running Armor Cannon. I don't think I need that damage output there. It's more of like the damage output. The only thing I really think I need the damage output for is more like the Crocodile, because max HP Rotom-Wash dies to +2 Psychic. Everything else pretty much dies to +2 Psychic, I believe. So just want to keep that in mind. So that's really good, I think, for this matchup, except for Crocolore. Crocolore is the only thing that doesn't. So, um, let's see. I need a little chip technically on Mega Guard Jump, but that's fine. I could get that alpha somewhere. I'm sure I'll be able to with all like the ways it's gonna work. Yeah. Also, I wanted to mention Palafin has a little bit extra speed just for a 12 EV speed Mega Garchomp to outspeed like Garchomp, like the pre Garchomp, not Mega Garchomp, but before Mega Garchomp, like before Mega Garchomp Mega evolves into Mega Garchomp, it's Garchomp, and that's actually faster. So I threw some EVs to try to outspeed that, in case it's like a bulky set, which I kind of could see, to be honest, against my team, especially with like Iron Boulder here. So want to keep that in mind. But yeah, I feel pretty decent about this team. Obviously, there's such big threats against my team, which is like the main one. Like the main two. I'm so scared over the Cortana and Thundy. Those two Terra captains are really scary, and then I guess like the Crocolore could be a little scary, but I think I have ways to destroy to deal with that at least. And the last one I would say is like Corsola could end up being a little annoying, to be honest, but I still two-shot it with Wave Crash, Palafin, which is really nice too. And I could just pivot around, which is nice at least. Shaman is pretty free on it, and honestly I could get Armor Rouge on it too, which is really nice because of the fact that if they run Shadow Ball or some coverage to like hit like Armor Rouge, I might get the weakness policy off, and I could just blow through that too. So that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, we're gonna need to try to pull out a dub. So yeah, hopefully we could pull off. I'll let you know if I change anything. If I do, it's going to be with the Armor Rouge set, specifically either the speed EVs or slapping on store power onto it. But yeah, let's cut to the match. And we are back. Hello. Look, have fun. I just want to mention also some things. I did make two changes to it. I did run enough speed on the. Okay, so I did make two changes. So, listen, let's mash. God, I'm dead. Dundee, Kartana, Terra Grass, pretty nice. Terra Water, crazy the Terra Water. Rotom, Wash, what was it called? Oh my god, why can't Toucanon, Cacturn. Something to know, I am in fact yeah, so the things I wanted to mention that I changed Armor Rouge to have more speed for Valiant outspeeding max speed Screamtail when I have +2 and they were +1, and Cobalion I changed to Heavy Slam. But yeah, I want to go out too. I think Shaman is pretty free here. I'm assuming they're going to probably get some spikes up. Kind of interesting that what they brought here. Yeah, they knock off, and I think this is a pretty free HP Ice here. Kind of interesting that they brought this. I'm not gonna lie. Nice. And I get the synthesis up for free here. Cacturn. HP Ice. Knockoff. I'm a little scared about what this thing's about to do. 21%. No Metagross too, which is so good. I mean, Armor Rouge is looking really good if I get rid of that Sucker Punch Cacturn. Knockoff did how much? 33%, so it's physically offensive. Is that Adamant maybe? Adamant maybe? Adamant knockoff? I think Screamtail is kind of the switch in, I think, to this Toucanon. I don't know what it wants to do, though. Can Brave Bird do a lot to me? I could, to be honest. I guess we're gonna have to go Scream Tail. See, U-turn. Awesome. Okay, that's fine. The U-turn out. Can I tell anything by that damage here? They are adamant. Max attack. Max attack adamant. Then here, maybe Kartana. Cacturn. Thunderous. Interesting comes in. Do I always want to gleam this? I think I do. Oh my god, that does a lot. Is that Specs? That's gotta be Specs, right? Yeah, that's Specs. I'm just going to protect real quick, get myself out of range. That's Specs, though. Specs. I'm just gonna Wish here. I'm going to protect here. They're Specs. They're Specs T-Bolt. And based on the fact that they're outspeeding, I think they're max speed. Ish. I get just to Wish one more time and be fine. And protect one more time here. I want to get outside of range. That's something... Wow. I did not expect Specs to come. They go to Rotom Wash. And I want to protect to see what they want to go for. Get myself as high as possible because that's actually kind of scary. I'm going to have to play careful around that. Their trick. Okay. Often. And I'm actually... to cannon. Five hit Bullet Seed, take me out. It does a lot. Kind of want a close combat though. Actually, Jet Punch is kind of free, because even if they do bring me down... Close combat's so bad though right now. They definitely can't outspeed me with this set. Come on, just CC. Yeah, it's CC. Great play. Okay, they're probably going Cacturn, Kartana, or Rotom Wash, and either one of them is taking a huge hit. They just go for U-turn, which is fantastic. I have to keep in mind that I'm now probably in range. Yeah, I'm in range of Adamant, and they're also Scarf. They're Scarf. That's something to keep in mind too. Yeah, Scarf. They go to Kartana. They go Rotom Wash. Interesting. Just go Rotom. To be honest, I'm a Scream Tail. To be honest, right now though, Armor Rouge might just sweep. I just need chip on this, and especially if it's offensive. Oh, if it's offensive, we win. If I get the weakness policy off with the, I'm gonna go Shaman. Yeah, they Volt Switch out, and they probably go Thunderous here, or two Cannon. They go two Cannon. Okay. Kind of. Am I scared of Brave Bird? I kind of want to go Cobalion here. Yeah. I don't need Cobalion, I think, this match. Um, and I'm just gonna endure here. And no matter what, I think close combat is the play. Now this thing is in. Yeah. Nice. And I think I'm okay with sacking this off, actually. Because now this is in range, and Volt Switch comes off, that's fine. They're Depot and Volt Switch. T-Bolt. Oh, and they got to this, and it's not... Interesting. I feel like... They can go Screamtail. And Wish, maybe? I know, just Wish up here. The Terra Grass too, which is really interesting to note. Poison Jab. They're specs. Okay. I knew it. Specs. There's definitely specs. There's no way that's not specs. Moonblast. Specs. And I get a free protect here to see what they want to do. Do they trick? They Volt Switch. I think I just D-Gleam here. Oh, they're not? Are they specs? They're definitely specs. Why didn't I check this before? They're definitely specs. There's no way that did that much to Scream 2. Interesting. And I get to just protect here. And they got this and Sludge Wave. What's this worth? $42 to 50%. Oh, actually, let me see the damage on Screamtail on the Rotom Wash because we might be in a position where. So Dazzling Gleam did how much? 21%. Okay. Their max HP. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm good with sacking or going Palafin here. Just jet punching for as much as possible. If they KO me, that's fine. And if they tear, that's even better because then Cortana. Okay, they kill that. I think I go immediately out. If they go Cortana, I'm immediately going out to the Shaman. Interesting. So they're going for the Terra Grass endgame. Interesting. How much do I need off on this? Actually, let me just double check because that still did like 33% to yeah. That's definitely choice specs. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely specs. Okay. Um, do I still want this? Toucan could, I, hmm. Would I need Armouge? Would I need this to be in 44 to 52%? They get just a free volt switch is the only thing. I guess I'll save this. Yeah, they volt switch. They probably go Toucan in here. I'm assuming. Hmm. I think it's probably fine to synthesis here. I'm gonna synthesis. If they Brave Bird, I don't think it's the end of the world. Because then I get a free SD off. And even though I won't take out... I think I do synthesis, yeah. And sack this off because Iron Boulder. I just want to see. I think that could just win right now if I get the SD off. I just got to be careful about the vacuum wave. But I think I go here and I SD. There's enough. Okay. And I just want to make sure Kartana, Terra Grass, +2 speed boosting. Does this just win? I'm just gonna Mighty Cleave. I think. Yeah. Um 25, 30. Okay. Either way, I think always the play is the Terra Fighting. Terra Fighting in close combat. Either way. Oh my god, it lives on 1. And their speed boost. And they died Life Orb. Okay. Well, this is an interesting turn of events. I think I just go Screamtail and Protect here. They lock into Trick, I think we're fine. I want to know after the game. I want to know that role. I want to know the role. They're probably if they're the timid set, they're probably max HP. I'm assuming. Just protect here. I'm just gonna wish into Dazzling Gleam. I'm just gonna wish into Dazzling Gleam. I think this just wins the game. I just gotta be really careful about these. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, just in case, I'm gonna protect one time and then wish again. and protect one more time to get myself as high as possible, and then from there, wish. Just Dazzling Gleam again. Yeah, for real. I'm just gonna protect one more time, and then I think I wish. I want to wish here, and protect one more time, and then wish, and then Dazzling Gleam. I'm not risking anything here. Yeah, fair. I wish, and Dazzling Gleam here. Wish one more time, protect. Yeah, I don't even know. Protect one more time, and then wish, and then Dazzling Gleam, and that should be game, I think. Wish, D-Gleam. Okay. I'm just gonna Dazzling Gleam. That might have been a throw, actually. 70%. That's out of curiosity. Yeah, okay, we're going Armouge. Let's go Armouge. And give the Armouge a kill. Oh my god, that did so much. GG. GG. Yeah. I got hacked. Hacks. Bad. Other. Whatever. Yeah, we pull out the dub. Screamtail was kind of huge this game. I think that speed boosting, the speed, was just really good this game. Wow. Yeah, I think we just played that game really, really well, I think. I think we could have played some parts better. But week number 7, let me send the piece too. But yeah, let me send the piece too real quick. To them. Yeah, they brought 3 specs. They brought like 4 choice, and then like crazy team. Crazy team. Yeah, I don't even. That was a crazy team. That they brought Giga Impact. Yo, that would have been so crazy. Yeah, I think we just like I think we played pretty well. Obviously there were some areas I could have played a little bit better. I think, but I think we played it in a way that like put us in a position to win this end game at least. Sad that Boulder couldn't just sweep at the end game. Maybe I should have SD'd again on the 2 cannon and just won the game that way. But if they had, did they have vacuum wave? They did not have vacuum wave. Okay, if I just SG'd again, I think I won. But yeah, very interesting game. And thank God we pulled out a dub, because we kind of needed it towards this end game of the season, because this playoff picture is gonna come down to the wire. But yeah, we gave new Pokemon the debut Pokemon the last kill. In case it died, like I had Palafin anyway, but getting a 3 differential is pretty nice to help with our differential, because now we're at -2, I believe. But yeah, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, Bash out.